I want to talk about an important safety concern, which is ceiling speakers and the risk they pose if the ceiling structure is compromised. This hazard arises when a weakened ceiling causes speaker to detach and fall, potentially leading to serious injuries. The main causes include poor quality ceiling material, improper speaker installation, long-term wear and tear, water damage, or external vibration. Based on a standard risk assessment, the likelihood of ceiling-mounted speaker falling is rated as 4, which is possible. This is due to factors such as aging infrastructure, water damage, improper installation, and vibration, which significantly increase the probability of occurrence without intervention. The severity is rated as 5, which is catastrophic because falling speaker can cause serious injuries such as head trauma, fractures, or fatalities, and may lead to secondary risks like panic in public space. Combining this, the overall risk is calculated as high, placing it in critical category that requires immediate action. To mitigate this, we apply the hierarchy of control, which is consider eliminating the hazard by relocating speaker or choosing alternative setup.
Another example is a damaged table with sharp edges caused by repetitive impact or friction, such as being struck by chair or walls. This hazard poses a risk of cut or injuries from sharp edge, as well as trips and falls due to protruding or unstable part. The source of this hazard is man, which is unsafe act, specifically rough and careless use of furniture. The risk assessment categorizes the likelihood as possible and the severity as minor, resulting in a moderate risk level. The recommended control measure is elimination, which is removing and replacing the damaged table with a new studio one to completely eliminate the hazard.
One of the greatest risks in this building is the lack of a clearly marked emergency route. The hazard arises from inadequate signage, blocked pathways, or poor building design, increasing the likelihood of confusion during an emergency. The severity is high, as delays in evacuation could result in injury or fatalities. This is a critical risk. To address this, we must install illuminated exit signs, clear all obstructions, and ensure compliance with fire safety codes. Through regular safety audits and evacuation drills, we can create a safer environment for all.
The source of the hazard is the lack of warning signs on machinery, especially those involving electrical hazards. The problem lies in the machinery itself. Without proper labels, there is no indication of electrical charge flow, leaving workers unaware of the danger. While the likelihood of the incident is low, the severity can be serious, making this a risk we can't ignore. The solution is straightforward. Implement engineering controls by adding clear warning signs in prominent position. These signs will ensure everyone nearby stays alert and cautious, reducing the risk of the accidents.
Next, I want to highlight an important safety concern that may seem minor but can lead to serious issues if not addressed: a broken or non-functional lamp. The main causes of this hazard include mishandling, such as dropping the lamp, electrical fault like short circuit, poor maintenance components, and environmental factors such as water exposure or vibration. The sources of danger are primarily damaged materials, issues with the power supply, or improper installation. These hazards are categorized as electrical hazard from exposed wiring. Now let's evaluate the risk. The likelihood of harm is rated as 4, which is possible because broken lamps are common in poorly maintained or high-use environments. The severity of the hazard is rated as 4, which is fatal because it can lead to serious injuries, electrical shock, or accidents. When we combine this rating, the risk category is high, meaning immediate action is necessary to prevent harm. To address this, we use the hierarchy of control. First, eliminate the hazard by replacing the broken lamp entirely. If possible, substitute with a more durable, energy-efficient, or shatterproof alternative to reduce future risk. The immediate solution is straightforward, which is turn off the power supply to the broken lamp to eliminate electrical risk.
Another example is items stored unsafely on a storage rack. Improperly arranged or overloaded item can fall due to minor vibration or during retrieval, posing a mechanical hazard. Such incident can lead to injuries ranging from minor bruise to severe injury like fracture. This hazard stems from unsafe work methods such as stacking heavy items on top or arranging items unevenly. A risk assessment rates the likelihood of this hazard as conceivable and the severity as serious, yielding a moderate risk level. Engineering control such as organizing item properly, adding side barrier and displaying load capacity sign can effectively mitigate the risk.
The source of this hazard is moss growth, which can lead to allergies, asthma, and other respiratory issues. This issue arises because moss tends to grow in damp places, creating a biological hazard in the environment. The likelihood of this occurring is considered conceivable and is rated as a 3 on the scale, while the severity of the risk is a minor rated 2. The overall risk is categorized as medium. To address this, we recommend the hierarchy of control method of substitution. In this case, the solution is straightforward. Replace the damp and most affected cardboard wall with a new one.
If damaged door near the lock poses a dual hazard, it may fail during an emergency or compromise security. This issue is caused by poor maintenance, improper installation, or excessive force. The source is structural weakness in the door frame. With a moderate likelihood of failure, severity is moderate to high as it could lead to delays in evacuation or injury. This is a medium to high risk. The solution involves replacing or repairing the door with durable materials, ensuring proper installation, and conducting regular maintenance inspections to prevent recurrence.
One example of a hazard is an unsecure whiteboard that is leans against a wall rather than being properly mounted. This setup creates a mechanical hazard as the whiteboard can easily slip or fall when touched or pushed. This poses a risk of injuries to the head, hand, and feet of individuals nearby. The source of this hazard is improper installation, which classifies it under machinery-related hazard. A risk assessment identifies the likelihood of whiteboard falling as possible and the severity of potential injuries as serious, resulting in a moderate risk level. To address this, engineering control are recommended, such as securely mounting the whiteboard using screws and bracket designed to support its weight.
Guys, this is hazard, right? Next, I want to talk about the danger of bent bookshelf layer due to overload. When excessive weight is placed on a bookshelf, it can cause structural failure, causing the shelf to bend and collapse, and potentially injure anyone nearby. This danger arises from putting too much weight on the shelf, usually with heavy items. It falls under the mechanical hazard category, as it affects the structural integrity of the furniture. The likelihood of this occurring is rare as 4, which is possible, as overloading is common issue, especially in high-use environments or with older furniture. The severity is rare as 2, which is minor, because the collapse could result in serious injury from falling object or the structure itself. Therefore, the overall risk category is moderate risk due to the combination of moderate likelihood and significant severity. To deal with the problem, the solution is simple as eliminating the hazard by removing excess weight from the rug, ensuring the load is evenly distributed, and inspecting the rug for any sign of permanent damage. If necessary, replace the shelf with a stronger, more suitable one to avoid future problems.
The source of this hazard is objects falling or posing a danger to employees. This issue arises because the ceiling is made of fragile materials that cannot last long. The likelihood of this occurring is considered remote, and the severity of the risk is negligible. The overall risk is categorized as low. To address this, we recommend the hierarchy of control method of substitution. The solution is straightforward. Replace the fragile ceiling with a new high-quality one that is durable and suitable for long-term use.
Ceiling damage and blocked air vents represent both a physical and hard hazard. This arises from neglected maintenance or aging infrastructure, increasing the likelihood of falling objects or poor air quality. Severity is moderate to high, as falling panels or light fixtures could cause injuries, and ventilation issues impact health and comfort. This is a medium to high risk. To mitigate it, we must inspect and secure ceiling tiles and fixtures, clean vents regularly, and ensure proper airflow. Proactive maintenance and periodic safety checks will ensure a safe and healthy environment.
The source of this hazard is a person may fall from the chair. This issue arises because the wheel of the chair cannot function properly. The likelihood of this occurring is considered possible and is rated as 4 on the scale, while the severity of the risk is serious, rated as 3. The overall risk is categorized as medium. To address this, we recommend the hierarchy of control method of substitution. We can replace the faulty chair with a new and a safer one.